sausage gravy for biscuits and gravy for dinner. Come make it with me. Jimmy Dean's sausage. I've used 2 pounds because I'm making a double batch as I have 5 kids. I'm going to just start with like my normal amount of cornstarch, and then I tend to add some more, and then salt and pepper. As you can see, I added a little bit more cornstarch because it wasn't quite enough for how much sausage I used. And then I added more pepper and salt. I add a lot of pepper and salt throughout the process. Excuse me. As it is definitely to taste. And as you add your milk and start making that gravy, it'll actually dilute some of that flavor that you already put in there for your roux. And so once all the cornstarch and the seasonings are mixed up to about this consistency, then you have a perfect roux. And you're going to add some Worcestershire sauce, just a splash. It's just for the flavor. And then, like I said, I'm making a double batch, so I kind of did 2 splashes, and then you need milk. I start with a small amount of milk, and then I add more as I go to thin it out, because I don't want to add more cornstarch and actually overdo my recipe, like with a ton of gravy that I end up having left over. So here I'm just incorporating that milk into my good sausage roux, and I keep mixing it on a medium heat. It will thicken as it heats up and incorporate. You might have to add more milk like I do here because you can tell it's going to be too thick. Once I've added enough milk, I add more salt and pepper, preferably more pepper than salt, as I don't tend to add a ton more of salt. And then I mix it up some more, letting the milk cook down a little bit more and let it thicken just a little bit more. Like I said, it's just a small amount more of salt because when I taste tested it, I couldn't really taste it. So now we're going to mix it up until like all the milk that's running down around the edges is a little bit more thicker and the sausage gravy is thickened up. At this point, my sausage gravy is just about done and ready to serve on top of some biscuits. Why don't you try this recipe and give it a taste test? Let me know what you think in the comments, if you end up trying it or not. Here you can see I was testing my gravy and it was still running off a little bit, so I was letting it sit on that heat a little bit more to thicken up. You can see it's thickening up really nicely, coming together, and it looks delicious. It is super ready. Put it on some biscuits and a plate. Taste test. Let me know what you think in the comments. Go try this recipe.